Guys, what's up? Welcome back to the Ice Project. This is going to be a fucking massive giggle. I am pumped for this. Roll the intro.
Hey. Hey.
Do that, hit the whoa one time.
Hey girls, what's up?
Hey, thank you for having us.
Thanks for jumping on. Obviously got introduced to you guys through an email and saying about jumping under the banner, but I've been a fan ever since, and you guys are kind of my guilty pleasure at the moment. When I'm cruising home, I throw your podcast on and just sit there and laugh.
We appreciate the love.
Yeah, do you have a favourite part?
I enjoyed the ick part from the other day. I've been listening to just little parts random here and there, and I enjoy the authenticity of it, and I think it's really refreshing what your girl's doing, and I don't know, it's just a great listen, isn't it?
Thank you so much. We listen to yours as well. We love it.
We love
Grateful,
it.
grateful.
Yeah. Love the content.
Grateful.
Grateful. So introduce yourselves.
My name's Jodie.
I'm Jules.
Mm-hmm.
We are both Sydney inner west girls, so a bit of a change from Ice's normal.
I used to live out west. So how long you guys been podcasting for?
I'd say about a year or so.
Yeah, about a solid year. Look, the hustle is real. We started on the bedroom floor Googling how to record a podcast.
We literally had no idea. We taught ourselves how to edit, bought all the, the
ABNs, everything.
Everything, ABNs, the roadcaster. We did everything from the ground up.
Yeah. What made you want to get into it?
I think we thought there was such a space in the podcast land where it was kind of for girls who, like we always say, who are shopping in Aldi, who are living paycheck to paycheck, who have been ghosted. They thought they went on a really good date and then he never texts them back.
Yeah.
No love stories here.
Yeah.
Absolutely none. So, we're the people's girls.
Yeah, we're the people's girls.
That's awesome. So obviously was Call of Daddy sort of a big inspo for you girls, or would you guys just sort of roll off at the back of your own, or what?
Definitely, I was definitely a fan of the show back in the, Sophia and Alex days. Yeah. I feel like it skews very young now.
Yeah.
But obviously that format, it goes off. It's a lot of fun. Definitely fans of the show. Yeah.
I think for me though, it was like I did admire them, but it was I just couldn't relate. They're talking about running around New York at all these influencer parties. So I was like, surely there's an average girls out there.
Yeah, that's not really us.
And not us.
Background, where are you guys from? Do you want to give us like the full? I want everyone to know who you guys are and where you come from and how you got to this point.
Yep. Okay. Well, I grew up in Katikati on a beef farm. So middle of nowhere, small town girl from New Zealand, moved here after uni, and yeah.
We're trying not to say day jobs.
We're trying not to say
still need our day jobs.
Yeah. We're trying to keep it a bit vague. But obviously my background is advertising and media, and then I switched into property, and then in between all that, hooked up with Jules, and then we launched the show and just having fun with it. Yeah.
It's the first day of the rest of our lives.
Yeah.
Which we'll announce soon. I'm Jules, born and raised in Perth, have Kiwi parents, so half Māori, half Kiwi. Moved back to Rotorua for a while there when I was in my younger days. When I was 20, I moved to Sydney just with a suitcase, didn't know anyone.
Yeah,
I just thought with Perth, I was just kind of like a circle trying to fit in a square hole. I just, when you're like, is this it? Like, I know this is it, but is this it, honestly?
Yeah.
Like, I just didn't feel, I never fit in. I think the best way I described it was, in Perth, I always feel lonely and I'm never alone. In Sydney, I'm always alone and I never feel lonely.
That's a good way to look at it.
And I think that's when you know. And then, I've been in the fitness industry, or I was in the fitness industry for 7 years, and then I got made redundant last year, which was the biggest blessing in disguise. Once you have that money and time to think, you really decide what you want to go after, and this is what we want to go after.
We've got nothing to lose.
So how do you two meet, and why is there such a good vibe between you two?
Yeah, so we got hooked up by an old media company. We both got headhunted, who, I think we're both the same level as Skits and Crafts, which makes a great podcast. We've got enough tragic stories between us. Our old producer hooked us up. Unfortunately, we parted ways quite early with them, just wasn't a good fit. And we just started, like we were saying, on the bedroom floor. We've been doing this for about a year. I think it flows quite nicely because we are complete opposites. We're chalk and cheese. Obviously, people who listen to the show will know.
We're different,
We definitely play different characters. So there's my character is a resident. What do we call me? Resident skits girl. Always on the always going out Saturday, coming back Tuesday vibes.
Does she love a bender?
Yeah. She loves to have a good time. Is what we say. She has a good time.
Yeah, I give it a hard nudge every time. And then Jodes.
Yeah. Well, look, Jules is in her 20s, so she's doing exactly what girls in their 20s should be doing. I've just turned 30, so I'm kind of on a different chapter of my life.
What are you looking for?
What am I looking for? Definitely something, I guess, a bit more mellow, a bit more stable. I've definitely had my share of toxic kings, and you guys are fun, but I need to stay away from these thugs. Ice, I need to stay away. Okay.
So what is King Energy? You talk about it in your podcast. Do you want to explain that?
King Energy. King Energy is someone that does what they say they're going to do. The follow through. King Energy is consistency. We love our consistent kings. They're coming through with the follow up text. They're a man of their word.
Also,
what would you say?
Sorry, if their ego isn't bruised by their queen. So often a lot of guys will say, I want a bad bitch. I want her to be a career. And when they have that in front of them, and that girl might make more, or she might be in the media or something like that, they can't hack it.
Yeah.
We're yet to find someone who can hack it, because we're so famous.
Big things from the country.
Yeah.
So when you girls go out and meet guys, do you tell them that you're running a podcast, or do you keep that on the low for a bit, or what? Because I've heard some of your stories and the way you talk about it. I wouldn't want to end up on that.
we actually do have an episode that talks about how the podcast is cock blocking us, because I think they do get a little intimidated. But look, we don't name drop. Obviously,
if anything, remember Choke Daddy? If anything, we gas.
We gas. We speak really positively about
Yeah, there was a guy in our episodes who we refer to as Choke Daddy, and that kind of just naturally fizzled out for me. So we just never talk about him on the potty again. We won't talk about that break unless something awful happens, and I'm thinking that I can help another GB out. GB is what we call our followers.
I think it's important for men to not be so quick to judge. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm very comfortable talking about sex on a platform, but I haven't even kissed a man since last October. So it's like, I feel like people like to draw conclusions just because of, an on a potty persona, but, women are complex, my guy.
Oh, fucking oath they are. So have you had bad reactions off the bat? Because you girls speak very openly.
Bad reactions?
None to our face.
I mean, none to our face. Feel free to slide through the DMs if you,
Look, we definitely have some friends who personally, they say, I don't like to listen because it's too crass. Yeah. We actually have quite a few friends that don't.
I've got a couple of conservative girlfriends, but they like to tune in for the advice. They can't always relate, I guess. But
because there is a nice little balance of it. Like there's a little bit that's raunchy, you know what I mean? There's advice at the end, and it's a perfect little balance. So you guys are nailing it.
Well, sex and woo-woo. We're complete woo-woo bitches, and obviously as you are.
What's a woo-woo?
Gratefulness, gratitude, like all about
we love all that stuff.
Energy, all of that stuff. Yeah.
So I'm going to dive into a few dates. What's the best date? We'll just go worst. What's the worst date you've ever had?
Oh, 100%. I know mine immediately. So talking to this guy off a dating app, and this is the thing, guys listening, often the funniest guys online are leafs in real life. They can't fucking hold a conversation or anything, and I fall for that trap over and over again because I love funny people. So I'm talking to this guy and I'm like, fuck, he's got me in stitches, this is going to be a hoot. So I do a classic fuck, I'm about to snitch on myself. I do a classic pub crawl that I take almost every date on. It's a red fern bar hop. So anyway, we start at this one bar and he rocks up, can't hold a conversation. To the point my back was hurting from carrying the conversation. I had to go back and get a massage the next day, honestly. It was hurting. And by the end I'm like, so what's your sister's name? As soon as you start asking those questions, you're in trouble.
In trouble.
Anyway, so, and I know this bar really well. The bill comes and it's quite it's a fucking natural wine bar in Redfern. It's not going to be the cheapest, but nothing too crazy. Yeah. The bill comes, I don't know, it's like $2.80 or something, whatever. Anyway, and he doesn't pick it up or anything. And we start to get up and put our jackets on and it's still in the middle. And I'm like, you're fucking joking. I'm like, not a fucking chance. So anyway, I'm getting to the point where I'm like, fuck, is this guy going to do a runner?
Yeah.
Like, I can't have a police record, not just yet. Anyway, not another one. So I grab it.
Move past that.
Yeah. So I grab it and I go to the front and, I'm about to pay and I'm getting out my wallet and I'm like, this guy's not going to say anything.
I mean,
holy shit. So I take out my card, and to this point I'm shaking out of like anger, fear, and I go to turn around to find him to be like, oh, do you mind if we split? And he's hiding behind me to the point where I turn around and he's hidden that way, and then I turn around that way and he's fully hiding. So I just copped it on the chin. And I just paid.
$280?
Yeah, $280. And then he has the nerve, after we get out, he was like, do you want to go for another drink? I was like, what, so I can pay? No, thank you, goodbye.
Cost me a bag.
Oh, exactly.
I've had to do the same thing before as well.
Yeah.
I've got absolutely no issue with paying, but it's crazy that, like, let's just communicate.
At least offer, eh?
Just at least offer. Like, it's just courteous.
Wait, who do you think should pay?
Personally, I would pay. Like, I'm more comfortable doing that. But some girls are like, oh, no, I'm paying for half.
Yeah.
But I used to just kind of like do the fake, go to the toilet and then just, what's the bill and just tap
you're
it.
slick with it.
Yeah.
That's king energy.
That's
king energy.
Yeah, slick with it.
Yeah. See, but for me, if I desperately, and this might be a pointer, if I desperately want to pay half, it's because I never want to see them again.
Oh, okay.
Because that's me done, you know?
Yeah.
I paid my dues, goodbye.
Someone's listening to this and they go, oh, you're going to fucking leave, are you?
Because I know that if they pay, I'll be like, great, I'll get tomorrow's night.
I'll get the next one.
You know, like put it forward.
Your worst date?
Yeah. My worst, I'd say I probably talked about recently with old mate at the dinner, slamming down the black Amex.
Oh, yeah.
Being disrespectful to the waitress.
That
ordering my meal, just like trying
to... Oh, so order the meal for you?
Yeah, trying to flex. I'm like, that to me is a turn off. Like, that to me is like, when you need to do the most, there's some insecurity there. Just chill, just be yourself.
But wait, what's your worst date?
Yeah, we want to know your team.
I don't feel like I've had too many bad ones, to be honest.
Oh, what a nice life that must be.
Must be nice.
How does it feel being God's favourite?
But I've always kind of just been in like sort of relationships, and when I'm single, I'm not too like float about too much, but I kind of like to build towards something. So that's just what I do.
Are you a serial monogamous?
Nah. I don't know.
Like I've had long-term girlfriend to long-term girlfriend.
Nah, not really. Like I had when I was probably about 5 years single, and like obviously I've got some pretty promiscuous mates as well that I float about with, but I don't do what they do, but I'm in and around them when they're doing it, so not watching or anything.
So you're jaded. You're jaded is what you're saying.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I just I built some cool things in life, and I like to build towards something special, so I like that.
Yeah. Okay.
Next minute in Bondi just floating about doing fucking.
Next minute we see ice throwing it back, busting it open.
What's your date route? So you really like this chick. Where would you take her?
Yes.
What's Bondi? I don't know.
We're not
Bondi
going that
fish.
way.
Is that too far for you?
Yeah.
Unless you pick me up, I'll go if you pick me up.
Yeah.
How far do you live?
25 minutes.
Yeah, she's Chippendale, I'm Newtown.
Oh yeah, good spot to date about. Yeah. No, I don't know. I just probably restaurant. I'm comfortable talking as well.
Yeah.
Probably diverse conversation, so I fall back on chat pretty easily.
Yeah. Would you ever do like an activity?
Nah, probably not. Like I feel like movies are like a weird one because it takes away from your best asset.
It's antisocial.
It is antisocial. Yeah.
Antisocial.
That's the longest 3 hours of your life.
It is.
Imagine if it's a shit movie as well. Fuck.
But activities is a little bit weird. Like how competitive are you when you go to mini golf? You know what I mean? Like,
I'm not big in the activity dates. Like let's just talk it out.
You love activity?
Love.
I don't.
So
We're
competitive.
upset.
I can't play beer pong without losing 2 friends.
Yeah.
So
She is so competitive.
Especially because I've obviously got a dominant personality. I'm 5'10", so I'm like, bitch.
I will bust a cap.
Turn around.
Yeah, I'm more like go to a nice restaurant, like wine.
Yeah, love that.
Talk.
Like slick guy. You're slick over here.
Nah, I go deep too early.
Oh, we love that.
Yeah.
Wait, what star sign are you?
Sagittarius.
We thought so.
Oh, really?
We were like Cap or Sag because you're so like working, hardworking.
Yeah.
Oh, I like that. Oh, the girls are gassing me up there. Positive energy. All right, what is an ick?
Oh,
the ick is something that turns you off something, but it's not a deal breaker.
yes.
So
did you make that up, or is that a thing?
No,
it's a thing. You can Google it. The ick.
It's a huge between women. We always go as soon as our girlfriends will say at brunch, like, I don't know, babe. It just gives me the ick. We'll go, oh, I'm so sorry for your loss.
Does something just like off, and you don't.
Is it like physical or a bit of both?
No, not physical at all. I know for an ick would be, let's say they, what would be a good ick? Well, let's say every time they eat, they like don't put their fork together or something, or they always leave their cup so close to the edge where it's about to fall, and you're like, you just don't have spatial awareness.
Something stupid.
And once you notice something, you can't unsee it.
You can't unsee it. Yeah.
So obviously I'm just being silly with those icks, but
Yeah.
that's like the smallest types of icks.
What kind of icks piss you off?
Slacklining. I've got this deep fear, and I say it on our podcast, I've got this deep fear that a guy will be like, babe, you know, champagne at the park, fuck, very my vibe.
Yeah.
And then, you know, we're getting all cozy and he just pulls out this rope and puts it between two trees and starts slacklining. That to me is the ick.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Yes.
That's random, eh? What does that piss you
I
off?
think about it 7 times a day.
I'm not into cats. Jules comes for me on this. I don't know why. Just if he owns a cat.
You know that guy that you guys love from my friend? He's got a fucking cat.
Yeah, so what's the deal?
I
We
mean,
need to
we've
get
got to
into
call
this.
it off. Sorry, baby.
No, I'm
Sorry,
a
baby.
huge cat person.
See,
what's the deal?
I'm allergic though. I have an actual reason. The cat's
Yeah.
got to go, honey.
Yeah.
We have to
So
sort it out.
like worst attitude. They don't want to know you when you got like food and stuff.
They're so snobby. That's why I love dogs. Like,
Yeah.
look at Mallow. Like, could not be more happy in life to see us. Like,
Just
that's
grateful, isn't he?
That's the energy. He's got that grateful energy.
What do you like cats? I just find them a weird animal.
Yeah,
Their
I'm not
piss
into them.
stinks.
Look, I'm an animal lover. I'm not going to kick his cat out the door, but I'm just saying, personally, not a fan.
Sassy, independent, gets fed, twice a day? I don't know how much they eat, but nothing compared, and not needy. I hate anything to do with neediness. So.
I grew up with Rottweilers, so I like big dogs.
Fucking now we're thinking of ex. I remember I had a girlfriend one time, and she said her mum and her used to hate when you cut something. Like
do you mean?
so that when you're eating a steak and it used to hit the bottom of the plate.
Yes,
Oh.
it makes that scratch.
Yeah, like a tink.
Yeah.
And then when you used to
that's an
bite, like if you bite your fork, like you could hear it.
Oh, yeah, but I can feel that.
Or people that
It's
eat with
kinda
their
like
mouths
the-
open.
Oh yeah, that's
That's
annoying
another
too.
good ick. Yeah.
What would be one of your icks?
Yeah, if a chick did this, you'd be like, nah, it's over.
Yeah, you could
I
still
can't
like.
think. Oh, do you know what? Like fall back on like conversation, but like if they got no personality, it's fucking annoying.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
obviously we hang around East and his influences and all that sort of shit. When you go talk to them and they got nothing upstairs, it's kind of like,
Yeah.
oh, sweet,
Yeah.
see you
Yeah.
later. You're better off talking to that wall over there sometimes. So
Yeah.
that's it for me.
Completely.
Yeah, I can relate to that one. I'd
What
say that's mine.
about opposite of an ick? So what turns you on that
Yes.
you don't realise is like hot? Like,
It's like,
you
holy
could be
shit.
like
Oh,
the way.
physically dimples.
Oh, really?
Dimple.
Yeah.
I reckon I could try.
Oh, you're not
Just start trying to smile like that.
Are you trying to shoot?
shoot. Eyes,
Shoot
get
is
into it.
shoot. Shooters always shoot.
You know what's a low key one? Like people with like under 1,000 followers and sort of that sort of vibe.
That
Just low key,
mellow
just
mellow.
low key, yeah.
Like 850, you reckon?
Like chicks that live in Chippendale.
Yeah.
Nah, we just chuck
Fuck it, you might as well try.
Well, what's your ones?
My recent, I talked about it on the potty, that when men are reversing the car, oof,
Universal.
hello.
Every girl thinks that's a
Hello.
Why?
That's
Why?
a
That's a random fucking
Women
thing.
are obsessed with that.
Obsessed.
When they put their hand on the back of the seat and they do the look back, hey, like,
Obviously, if you got like camera.
still, it doesn't matter. Just like,
No,
the-
you know when you reverse, you got a camera there.
Oh, right.
So as long as they,
that's
as long
smart.
as they do the arm move, honey, we're good
Yeah,
to go.
it's the
Yeah.
arm move on
Yeah,
the
it's
back.
the arm move.
Any other ones you can think of off the top of your head?
That what turns us on.
Turn-ons.
Yeah. Well, I said once again on the potty,
Yeah.
I said because guys always sleep on their stomachs and on their front, and girls never do that.
They do. They're like,
Yeah. So every time I wake up next to a guy, and if he's sleeping on his stomach, it's about to go down.
The sloppy toppy.
The sloppy toppy. The sloppy toppy.
it's the sloppy toppy for us.
Dick appointments. You just want to touch on those? How do you
Dick
get one?
appointments.
Completely,
Oh
yeah.
God, I'm a bit dusty on these.
Yeah,
ones.
I'll leave this.
Honey, you take it away.
So dick appointments. I think obviously once you either meet someone out or through IG or whatever, friends with friends, once you sleep with them, once or twice, then it just becomes like it's just easy. I think the problem with guys, but the problem that everyone thinks is, especially for girls, if they're texting you or something, we don't want your husband. You don't actually bring anything to the table.
Yeah.
I just want to be dick the fuck down.
Yeah.
Like, and I think guys are like, oh, she's so clingy. No, it's 3 a.m. What the fuck are you talking about? They try and
Yeah.
make us out as these crazy beings, and it's like,
Yeah.
honey, I've seen your haircut. I don't
Yeah.
want to fuck you in the,
Trust
in
me.
the fucking when the sun's up.
me.
Do you know what I mean?
Us
So-
girls, we've already crunched the numbers, and
Yeah.
we're handling accordingly.
Yeah.
Accordingly,
You're
so
on
you
the
don't have to
roster.
worry about that.
Yeah, so a lot of girls are up for that sort of stuff, eh? And
Sure, 100%.
Why is
as
it
they
why
should
is it looked
be.
down on? Why is it looked down on?
Well, what You tell us, what is the double standard?
Yeah.
We're
Hey, I got a friend.
we're trying to figure it out.
Well, I got a friend. He goes, "I wish the word like slut was never invented, so girls wouldn't worry about being called that."
Okay,
And
what's
everyone would be
his
doing what
at?
they-
He sounds hot.
Corey
Yeah.
Hey, Corey.
Yeah, no, I agree completely. But yeah, there is that ingrained misogyny,
yeah.
which we talk about at length, ingrained misogyny, which that's why we're trying to, take down that word. I think
Yeah.
everyone, if we were all honest, we all do the same shit.
Yeah.
It's just what's frowned upon.
And it's awesome to hear that because we need our, as we say, we need our kings to back us on that,
Yeah.
right? Feminism is all about being on an even playing field. We just want to be,
yeah.
Yeah,
The double standards.
it's
need to
not
stop.
it's not that deep. It's
So you're
like-
not against one night stands or anything. Obviously, you girls aren't. But why do you think other girls just for that exact reason?
For that exact reason, ingrained misogyny. Often, because Jodie and I were talking about this today, we sometimes, like if I see a girl and I don't like something about them, I'll say, well, Jules, why don't you like that about them? That's something in you and you need to figure it out.
Yes.
And I
Ooh,
think
that's deep. That's
Check
deep.
it.
it's true though.
That
Like,
is
and
true.
I think girls who what Susie says of Sally says more of Susie than it does Sally.
Absolutely.
So I think when girls like, oh, she's a hoe, she's a blah blah blah. Why? Because she's confident and you're not.
Yeah,
End
and
of.
you're repressed
Yeah,
in some
you're
way.
repressed.
Like, do the work, sis. We're very big on accountability. You'll see it. We call ourselves out every week on the podcast, and we're always checking ourselves,
That self-awareness is fucking
Yeah.
cool, isn't it?
Yeah.
What about you? Dick appointments? Do you get hit up a lot?
I don't know. I got my shit together. You know what I mean? I feel like girls like projects.
I saw that your followers were asking you a few personals, and I was like, you're in Isaac's business. Don't do that.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Like I'm like our whole entrepreneur journey or journey or business journey, I've always been transparent about a lot of things, and
Yeah.
I've just recently gone through a breakup as well.
Okay.
And I just I'm single now I can focus on I run a few different businesses. So
Yeah.
I was like, let me just put all my energy here.
Yeah.
And I feel like something good will happen sooner or
Yeah.
later. And I'm not opposed against meeting a random girl and doing whatever.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Like I said before, I'd rather just build towards something great.
Yeah.
Well, we had that conversation the other day about.
I'm just about to grab you. I grabbed you for it.
You're a fucking good bitch.
We're about to say that.
We're about to say, we were having a conversation the other day about when you are getting dicked,
the fuck down.
it detracts from securing the bag.
Yeah, we've been hustling hard. It was something we will
We're
announce
hustlers,
very
yeah.
soon.
Yeah.
I don't think I've had sex in 2 months because of it, and it's so
Me
much
neither.
better.
Does your work go better? Like up and
Way
up?
better.
100%.
literally.
It's like you get gaga googa in the
Yeah.
brain.
Yeah.
And you just
you-
just lose your focus.
Do you know what it is? Sexual energy. It's the only form of energy that can create new life. If you think
Ooh,
about it.
wow.
So
Yeah.
say you're
so
talking.
true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So say you're tired as fuck and you get a text coming through like, "Hey, you up?" and they're coming over.
Yeah.
What's the energy? Go boom. All right, you rush around cleaning up the
Yeah.
house.
Yeah, yeah.
That's the type of energy that it is. And if you can block it up,
Yeah, well, completely.
Good
Because we're
things start to
creating every
happen.
day.
Yeah, I
creating
just-
content every day.
It's
that's
just,
so
I just
true.
feel like it would be such a distraction.
Yeah, but
feel-
also open. Also now open and a bit bored, so
Yeah.
slide in.
But also slide in.
Slide in.
all right. So what do you girls want in the guy? Like, speak very broadly. You don't have to speak individually, but as a whole, what do girls want in a guy?
Yeah, I think something that I've never been able to find, which is something I'm looking for. Like
Yeah.
I keep saying, I'm very dominant, loud, 5'10". I want someone who is like, fuck, that's a bad bitch,
Yes.
and not someone like.
Do you want the opposite or?
Opposite. Jodes and I were talking.
Yeah.
I need someone. I'm quite. What were we saying? I'm quite
She's very
flatline.
earthy energy, big Virgo energy with this one. She's not
Deadpan.
she's not an emotional girl. She's very grounded, very solid. She sticks to facts. So she probably needs a man that's a little bit softer, a little bit more emotional to bring that softer.
I need
more
someone a bit more
nurturing side.
dreamy because I'm so
She needs-
practical to a T.
yeah,
I'll be like,
yeah.
I'll be like, that's not going to work, and I just, never cry, just always the same. So
Yeah.
I probably need someone a bit more.
Someone you can sort of pay out as well, but then he's got the softer side. So he can hold,
Completely.
Yeah.
hold himself. Yeah.
We love guys that can, send it back. Like, we'll give it out, but just send it
Just send
back.
it back,
Like,
yeah.
you know what I mean? We don't take ourselves too seriously. Like, we like a laugh and
So if someone rocks up to your bar, what would work on you?
Ooh. What
up,
normally
baby?
works? What normally works? Definitely, literally, first of all, actually approaching me.
Yes.
None of this holding my eye contact across the bar.
Or being
Depends how
creepy.
many sub B's I've had. But none of this, but sometimes I'm like, you're joking. Like, come on, it's been 40 minutes and
Yeah.
you keep staring at me. Let's
just
go.
approach,
Let's go.
strike up a conversation.
Yeah, someone who definitely comes over either like literally just how's your evening going?
Yeah.
Can I just buy you another drink? But it's definitely that just approach.
Do you reckon apps and that have fucked it up because everyone's sort of used to sliding in through DMs? Or
I think that instant gratification communication, definitely.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I think that's the same with Sydney people and relationships, especially, or it's probably both sexes, but we're always looking, and because people who live in Sydney are in it for the rat race, hey? We're not in it for like the beautiful place,
Yeah.
really. Like everyone I know who's hustling, trying to get somewhere, we always want the next best thing, but
Yeah.
what's coming, but what's coming, but what's coming.
Yeah.
So I think even like, I know that one of my guy mates was like, I won't crack onto a chick before 8 p.m. because you never know who's going to come through. And I was like, what if she's a glamour? 10 out of 10. He was like, oh, you never know your options. I was like, that's exactly the headspace that a lot of people have.
But also it's like, what if that glamour that you're holding up for actually is super shallow, conceited, not a good bitch, and you've just let actually your future
bitch
wife
go.
slide by because she was a fucking 8 and you didn't actually take that chance to get to know her. Like I feel like men, they're always like, the grass is always greener. It's like you could be letting some real good chicks slide by,
So true, isn't it?
right?
So true.
So what's some of the worst pickup lines you've heard out?
Oh,
Any bad ones or just all pretty cliche, is it?
just cheesy.
Yeah, just.
I don't like
definitely
guys who
cheesy.
get their, like, if I'm at a bar and someone just gets their grab on or touches my ass right off the bat. I don't like, trust me, that happens a bit and I don't like that.
Yeah. Something to do with like, are you COVID because you're fucking sick?
Yeah.
I'm like, fucking hell. I was like, that's clutching straws. Like, you should actually be cut off from the bar at this point.
Yeah.
Last question. How would you sum up to be a good bitch in one sentence? You guys are all about that?
Well, we were just looking at the definitions
Yeah,
again.
a good bitch, and I don't know if I could do it in one sentence, but look, to me, a good bitch is someone who is genuine. They're an authentic person. They can be relied upon. They're a good friend. They've got your back. Just someone that's, well liked and trusted by people. Like, she's a good bitch.
For an example, a good bitch is if I get to the bar first, I'll just order 2 of my drinks. So when Jodie comes, it's just tiny things like
Just
that.
considerate.
Once again,
Yeah.
initiative, considerate.
King
everything.
energy,
Yeah.
but in a woman.
Yeah, completely.
Good bitch energy.
What's the plan for the podcast?
Big things.
Big
We've got
things.
huge dreams. We want to try and spread the GB message everywhere, make the women of Australia and hopefully the world feel less alone through our shared experiences, which is
Our little motto.
our motto. Yeah. So we want huge things. We want to travel. We want more merch.
Yeah.
We want to get over to New Zealand, Aotearoa.
100%.
Have you looked into sort of live events? I feel like you girls will be perfect for that.
Yeah,
We would love that. We'd actually love radio eventually.
Yeah,
we feel like we
100%.
actually are more radio. You might be the same as well. You're quite off the cuff.
Yeah.
I don't know, just stay on your podcast, I think it's
Yeah.
You girls have nailed it. You girls have nailed it. So I just want to thank you for jumping on. We'll get you back on for Simi's room.
Please,
Jordan's
we're
room.
excited.
Just want to shout out where people can find you.
Yep, so hit us up on our IG at Good Bitch Pod, or you can check out our website at www.goodbpodcast.com.
Hit us up.
Guys, make sure you tune in, or guys and girls, make sure you tune in. This is sort of the R-rated version of what they sort of talk about. It's one of my favourite podcasts here in Australia, so thanks for jumping on, girls.
Thank you.
Thank you.
No
Thanks
worries.
for having us.
Bye.